Right. Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Last time we talked to Josephine and Vivienne. We're really just going around the camp, catching up with everyone, seeing what they think about our decision, seeing what they would have done, learning a bit about them. It's the restocking time. We also equipped everyone.
He showed me some tricks. Got a demon claw wound to stop festering faster than I'd ever seen.
I've heard good things about the charges. Polite and respectful.
Hello Liliana, why are you standing on that pot? That's better.
The Templars will be an asset to this Inquisition. It's a shame we couldn't also get the mages on our side.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
Anything I should know?
Having the Templars join the Inquisition has done wonders for our reputation. The people trust the Templars, and now they trust us.
Let's talk about you.
Me?
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I trained to be a spy from a young age. Learned from the best. For a while, I was wildly happy. I loved the thrill of that life, the danger. But nothing lasts forever. I went into hiding, and when I emerged, the Divine called on me. She presented me with my own network of spies, and said I was the only one she could trust.
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
I should leave you to your work.
We can always talk later.
Okay. Not a little bit out of her. She's not really talkative.
Nice work with those supplies. The smiths can use them to fit our troops with better gear. Might not affect you much, but our recruits will have better chances next time some monster flies out of a rift.
Okay.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Just checking if she had anything else for us. Let's check our requisitions thing. We could make Mercy's crest. I think we should do that. Seems fine. Special amulets are respected by the Blades of Hesperin. Fashioning them will allow our agents to negotiate with cultists, perhaps gain some converts to our cause. Got some power. I would obviously have preferred to have done that before I just killed before I killed most of them, but you know, can't get everything. Solus or Sarah? Well, I guess we'll talk to Solus. It said he disapproved. I think it was greatly disapproved. Okay. Hello.
So the Templars will put their powers to use, sealing the breach. Any group corrupted by a demon must be watched carefully. At least they know how to fight.
Templars have flaws, but they are very good at killing mages. I'll need them against this Elder One.
I didn't mean like that.
Just remember, an enemy can attack, but only an ally can betray you. Betrayal is always worse. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again with the Templars. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Do you want to talk some more, Solus?
What can I do for you?
Okay, we've already talked to him. That actually went
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
a little bit better than I thought it would, even with me outright saying, hey, why don't we just, No, I was like, why don't we use them to kill mages? Yeah, that's not a great thing to say to a mage. Need 29 elf fruit to get the next healing off this. Okay. I don't really use lyrium. Well, I don't really know about lyrium potion. It's not that I don't use them. It's just, I just don't understand them. Should probably learn about them, but it doesn't really cause me that much issue. And when it does, I will learn. Hello, Sarah.
Templars filling up the place. Best of the polished helms come to save us. Good partners, I suppose, if they decide to stay and do what they're told. Seem to have a problem with that.
Whatever you think, they're the best hammer for this particular nail.
Well, watch your thumbs, because a Templar might slip or... You want about anything else?
I don't think that's what we want to say.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
Let's ask about the new ones. What do you think about Cole?
What about Cole?
I'm not saying nothing about that. That thing is just wrong.
Ooh.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
Is that a song about Sarah? Yeah. I like it.
What's an iron bull?
It makes me wonder about things. What do women look like?
Well, nice speaking to you, Sarah.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
So she has her own theme song.
Just returning the cups, Visser. Thank you for bringing us drinks.
Can I get you anything?
Okay, fine.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Okay, who's next? Varric. Hello.
So, the Templars joined the Inquisition. Even with Cullen here, I never thought that would happen. Of course, after Kirkwall, I never thought anyone would use red lyrium on purpose either. The Templars should know better than anyone what that shit does to people. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my red lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How long does it take for red lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
That's a good point. We should celebrate. A banquet. Something like a banquet.
Word to Josephine, and I bet she could arrange anything. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
Yeah, his brother was, I believe Ren Codex, his brother was killed with someone doing with red lyrium, so he definitely doesn't like it. And I'm kind of with him, it's not great. Cool. Let's find out about you.
You took in the Templars. You let them stay in strength, even after what they did. What? Their own people. It's dangerous when too many men in the same armor think they're right. You should prepare. It's already getting louder.
What's going to be loud?
I don't know, but there are echoes rushing back across us, ripples in a pond from a stone, but backward. But first, you seal it. I hope it hurts less. I'll help if I can, but I don't always say it right.
You helped me at the Seeker Fortress. Say it however you like.
I helped. It's good to hear. I will try.
I'd like to talk with you about Templars.
They're heavy with forgotten songs, like Varric. Some of them are too loud. It's hard to stay near them. Cullen is softer, but demons asked questions that hurt him. Evangeline was kinder. I want to explain, but Reese's mother spoke to spirits, but not to him. Then she died for a Templar he loved. Words just bounce off the edges.
He's another total nutter.
What's your general opinion of Templars?
Some like hurting mages. It makes them happy, or less afraid, or dreams again. Woke up shaking, stalking the ground for one who looks like her. Always some rule being broken. But not all Templars listen when whispers crawl around inside them. They try to protect people, like Cullen. The good ones remember that mages are people.
Can you tell me more about how the Templars feel to you?
They feel older than they look. They've been changed, and their bodies are incomplete now. The lyrium helps, but their bodies always want to connect to something older, bigger than they are. That's why they block magic. They reach for that other thing, and magic has no room to come in. Like when I listen to Varric.
Interesting.
Can you tell me more about how the Red Templars are different?
The red lyrium is different, darker. Daggers under the skin. It eats you inside until you're nothing. They hear a different song. The song behind the door old whispers want opened. They are dead and dark and done.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Okay, so yeah, Varric's got something more to him. Like, he's like the Templars in a way. I guess it's because maybe it's because he's a dwarf. Because dwarfs can't do magic. So maybe it's a similar thing.
I don't like what you're doing. If we don't help people here, I will find another place.
What don't you like? That's very vague. And you just got here, so okay.
I'd like to talk with you about the Inquisition.
I don't understand it. People talk like it's a person, but it's not even a thing. A dagger can be a way to let pain out, but even if it isn't, it's still a dagger. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it. It's like a spirit.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes, of course. We can buy and sell. Should do that.
Something with that kind of power.
We want to... Actually, let's do this in the inventory first. Anything that we're not going to take, we're going to mark. So, move to valuables. And we'll start here and just... move all of this to valuables. Okay. Armor. There it is. We'll just move it to valuables. I think both of those are good. Accessories. Okay. So did I just kind of put that on? Oh, okay. Now I guess I have to keep that around. Give me a power for using it, for having it though, maybe? I don't know. That's fine. Valuables, craft materials. Well, we'll keep all of that actually. It's fine. Weapon schematics, armor schematics, recipes. We'll just keep it all. And then buy, sell, sell. Valuables, sell all. Done. 6. Wait, that is much better. Got a lot more room to carry stuff, and we're a lot richer. If we wanted to buy anything, I haven't really felt the need to buy anything yet. Maybe I will. Let's talk to Iron Bull first, or Krem first.
We got the Templars on our side. Glad to hear it. I'll keep the charges at a respectful distance. Not that the chief has any apostates in the group.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. First time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. If he keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Is it strange to work for Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the eye.
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. The gaunt idiot. Didn't even know me.
We'll talk later.
I'm liking Iron Bull more and more. Wanna talk some more, Krem? Okay, let's try running backwards and forwards, see if he will talk to us now. No. Okay, Iron Bull.
Heard there was a big demon at the Seeker Fortress. Gotta say I don't mind missing that. Getting into your head, messing around.
That's interesting. I wonder if I'd taken him. I'm guessing that he wouldn't have said that. That's kind of cool. You know what? I don't think I'm going to flirt with him.
It's dead now.
That's why I like you, boss. Always staying positive. Anyway, with the Templars on board, hopefully we can close that breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
Krem's not in a talkative mood right now. Let's talk to Iron Bull again.
What can I do for you?
Let's learn some more about him.
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names of the Q. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
Why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
None of those sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Oh, so they saw that he was kind of different, and instead of doing the re-educating, they sent him. So they thought it would mean he would be a good spy if he understood, if he was kind of understanding. Yes, let's not flirt again.
That's damn.
You did ask. Anyway, nice talking with you.
Cool. Let's find out a bit more about Qunari.
Can I help you?
I'd like to know more about the Qunari.
You writing a book?
What I've heard about them sounds fascinating.
What you've heard was mostly horse shit. All right. What do you want to know?
How do the Qunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Qunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Qunari safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
How is everyday life different for Qunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Q. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Don't want to argue with them.
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasrath.
It must have been a good day for you.
Yes, it's like being a block of stone with a sculptor working on you. One day, the last of the crap gets knocked off, and you can see your real shape. What you're supposed to be. That's a good day.
I heard there's no marriage among the Qunari.
Yeah, that's true. Qunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Qunari don't have sex.
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
That sounds different.
Yep. Still, it's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along. Plus, you folk have redheads. Redheads.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Qunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages, Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Cune? Or Vivian doing her political bullshit? They'd kill Cole, cause, you know, demon. And Sarah would end up with her mind broken, sweeping floors in some shop. So, to answer your question, no. I don't think about it much at all.
Yeah.
The word Kunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Cune are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Cune are Talvasha, deserters.
What about Kunari who existed before the Cune?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Oh, that was interesting. We got to learn a lot about Qunari.
You actually are a good rider on your left.
An interesting group of people. Let's see what the Great Warden thinks of us siding with the Templars. I imagine he'll be on our side.
Of all the things in the world, a demon who wears someone's face. I imagine it makes trusting others risky.
Without trust, how would we build alliances? Or friendships?
It's easy to speak well of trust when yours has never been misplaced.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay. Two more to speak to, Cassandra and Cullen. I imagine one of them is going to be quite happy with our decision.
Something must be done, immediately.
Nothing will be done.
Commander Cullen said the same thing. It's an outrage. There are mages here we know are guilty of heinous crimes. You would let that pass?
Yes, as will you. We are not here to coddle the Order. You are an ally. Act like one.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it. It never ends, evidently.
You don't need to tell me that.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Is it that bad?
The Templars need to learn they have other uses than hunting mages. It's not easy for them. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
You would have done differently, I suppose.
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
You're flattering me.
I'm not. This always happens. Nobody ever takes my meaning.
You should see your face.
I'm thinking less flattering things now. Let's hope the breach has your sense of humor.
Right. Last but not least, Cullen.
Cole, or whatever he calls himself, may have helped at Theronfall, but that doesn't mean we should trust him.
Liliana has people watching him.
Provided they don't lose him. I suppose my concerns can wait. We must focus on the breach. The Templars are making final preparations. After what happened with the Lord Seeker, they're eager to prove themselves.
After what I went through to get them, they'd better be.
What happened at Theronfall was appalling. To have a demon manipulate your mind. It takes a strong person to walk away from that. It's good to see you well.
Okay.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
Okay, that wasn't what I meant. I thought it was going to talk about the
Let you get
Templars.
back to work.
One more
Something
thing.
you needed.
Is there anything I should know?
I'm glad to have the charges on our side. Bull's men are professionals, despite evidence to the contrary.
Okay.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
All we've got left is this
See
person
reasons.
here.
We cannot stay here. Commander Cullen took me aside to explain what happened at the redoubt. Disturbing news, but I'm glad you were there to intervene. Thank you.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Okay, let's get back up to the gate. Right. Well, we've talked to everybody. We've got their opinions on the matter. Most of them seem to be willing to accept my decision. Even if they aren't all happy with it, they realize it had to be made. So, next time we'll probably go and clear up something smaller. But we'll see what happens when we go to the war room. See you then. Goodbye.